Part 2 of our commentary for the series finale continues. For those of you who didn't listen to the first disc, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, it's so informative with insight. Hey, I'm Erik Sprowls. I'm the series creator and the director.
We tease him a lot.
And
we got
hold on.
Spot. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Gabe.
Welcome back.
And with us is, let's go around the room. Who all's with me again?
Jeff Sandusky. I played Bobby Thompson.
And we got
Joel Davies. I played Megan Withers.
And
Dustin Devine. I played the cheesy kid.
And
Brianne Dalphonso. I played Jennifer Burns.
And down on the sax we got
Mary Muhly, Cindy,
Clarence Clemens, the Easter band.
Cindy.
Hey, there's Jill Davies.
Who's this bitch?
She was a biatch.
Oh, but it is.
She looks different there.
You do look different there.
We all do. It's amazing. How many years ago was this?
I remember shooting this day too. I remember we shot in the day. Didn't we end somewhere at night? Wasn't it nighttime when we finished?
It was close to night.
It could have been.
The sun was like setting.
And we kind of did it on the news desk at the campus TV station.
For some reason.
I'm seeing Calvin Klein all over her shirt. It's like Calvin Klein, Calvin Klein, Calvin Klein.
So he sent the tape to the academic dean.
You were a young pup there, Jill.
Yeah, I was.
You look older there than you do now, though.
I got a lot more
She
makeup
looks.
on right
You
there.
look fresher now because of the tan. You got the tan going,
Yeah.
and you have an
back to
eyebrow
tanning.
ring now too. You didn't have it then.
What's that?
You have the eyebrow
Nope.
thing.
I wanted to know that if it came down
This episode
Mary, you
reminds
know
me of bratwurst for some reason.
Didn't you break that necklace? Didn't you say you broke that necklace?
No. I broke the other necklace during the cake fight.
Oh, that's right.
At least you have your tooth in this time, Mary.
Yeah.
Her what in?
Yeah, your tooth. Yeah.
Shoot anything
You
without
have a
my
fake tooth?
The first
The front
time
tooth
I
she
met
hurt.
Mary Muhly, rugby practice. Here's Mary. She's gonna show some stuff today. Comes in with no tooth. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, your front tooth's fake?
Yeah.
Me too.
Really?
We have that in common.
Yes.
How'd you lose your front tooth?
Punched out in football.
Good for you.
Me too.
Why don't we just take them out? Too bad we don't have cameras going.
You can't. This is permanent.
You know what the thing was about Mary when she lost that tooth that day? She used like gum or chiclets or
No,
something
she
because she had close-ups that day. It was the scene in episode.
You use chiclets.
It's really easy. No, I use gum. Like you chew it.
Yeah,
You just
chiclets.
used it to fill up the space.
You can't stick like a whole chiclet in that.
Some people can, yeah.
I like that look that you gave. I like that look that you gave Jill.
Bitch.
You're like, yeah, whatever, Mary, Cindy.
Forget it. God, you know what? Whatever.
I think you're like Jenny Garth from 90210.
He forced himself.
Kelly.
That's great. See, she used the same story that she said that he forced himself on you. See, it's nighttime. Look down that hallway. We actually got done shooting this at night. We started in the daytime. Didn't get done until night.
This teaches you kids that lying is bad.
Yeah, Jen's thrilled.
Oh, God. Were you on this shoot, Dustin? I remember shooting this. This is in the alley next to J. Cole's. And we had...
The car that was going to pull down the alley and saw like
oh, yeah.
the gun come out and that car back.
Yeah. Every time we shot, man, we say action. As soon as we start, some car would come down this friggin' alley. It's like a thoroughfare. It's like an interstate, you know? And it's like, you wouldn't think that many would come down here. But yeah, there's some gunplay in this alley that happens, and they thought that we were actually robbing somebody, and they called the police on us.
They really called the cops on you.
Yeah, they thought we were beating somebody up in an alley with a gun. Like, no, we're making a movie. You know?
It's like the cops have anything better to do.
Well, you'd think in Mayberry or Hooterville, like this town, there wouldn't, you know.
There's a Hooterville? I want to go to that place.
Crime's over at 5 o'clock. You know?
He's a stripper.
Yes, he is.
That's Ed Daniels.
He works out the Mon Valley YMCA as
And
well.
Gloria's.
Yes, his ex-girlfriend is from Survivor.
Ex-fiance won $1 million.
What's her name?
Amber.
No, not Amber.
Amber was in
It
Neon.
was the other one. No, the one,
Skinny got brown.
the girl that I saw in Playboy.
That's her, Amber.
Not Amber, the other one from Pittsburgh that won.
How many girls from Pittsburgh won
There
$1
was
million
two of
on Survivor?
The girl on Survivor, Amber, was
Not
in the
Amber.
first episode of In Neon.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Start with a J, the girl's name. Jen.
I think it was Jen.
It wasn't Jen.
Jenna.
Jenna. Yeah.
Jenna. Here's some interesting information. Ed Daniels, the guy up against the wall there, he actually made the open of In Neon with the neon light coming on. He made that.
Huh.
Irving Smith loved this. Irving is the guy that plays Doomer. And he says, at last I get to punch somebody. Because he looks like a badass. Just look at him.
I saw him the other day.
Did you?
Uniontown. I told him what you're doing. He was all happy. He was all excited about it.
Yeah. I like him. I like him. He's a good guy. And this is a scene where you're supposed to think Jared might have gone over the edge.
I actually have that jacket that Doomer has on. I don't wear it out much.
Michael
but
Jackson.
Yes.
You have the do-rag too,
I
don't
have
you?
the do-rag too as well. And the necklace.
You know what's funny? We just ran out of time. This scene was supposed to be rewritten. That JP, the guy that plays Ackerman, was not the drug dealer at all.
John
this
Paul?
guy, yeah, John Paul. But this guy was supposed to be the drug dealer, and Brett found out that when he got stabbed that night, that it was all Ed's doing here, Barton's, as a setup, and he was supposed to be the bad guy. We just ran out of time in this alley because if you remember, Dustin, we were shooting in between the rain. Remember, it was raining. It would start raining. We'd have to run inside, and then it would blow up the lights when the rain hit the lights. It was just a huge pain in the ass because you think Jared's really gone over the edge. He's going to kill this guy. I like this segue too to Bree. Here we go. This is Jim Loke's house. The guy who plays Tom, your fiance.
Shay Loke.
Now the funny thing about this, Bree, you're supposed to be loaded here.
I'm more annoyed than.
I know, because you're like acting with
Real
Jim.
happy to be there.
So I added some sound effects.
Kind of drunk.
I added some sound effects like you burping once in a while.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're not supposed to be like all like pageant material here. You're supposed to be like, what's up? And
That is a very odd couple you created there, Sprowls.
I didn't want him to be. I didn't want any chemistry at all. I wanted it because he just wanted to have a girl on his arm, and he's supposed to be pompous and all about himself. And I wanted her in a bad relationship that she wanted out of, but she didn't have a lot of self-confidence, obviously, and she was just staying with him for all the wrong reasons.
I think Jim's perfect for this part, by the way.
Loke? Yeah, he's great for this. That was a good one. You're supposed to be all loaded, Bree, and you're opening the bottle with your teeth.
He's out there getting ready. I'm paying for it.
And the more he goes on about how the loser that you're supposed to be with, he's describing himself.
Stupid things that nobody even cares about.
Let's see if I can get a burp here.
In this world that, well, they don't know how to say things.
Wait.
And just when to say them.
Here it is.
At any rate, I'll make sure
There it is. Burp.
Say 68 degrees for tomorrow.
And he's so anal, too, setting the temperature in the house at a perfect 68 degrees.
Really?
I don't remember most of this night.
Yeah, you passed out on Jim's couch. We have a picture of you sleeping.
You said I was snoring too.
Yeah, you are.
I've been told I do that.
There you go.
Me too, Dustin. It's cool.
Tom there showed some flashes of being a real guy. I love when you're all burped up. You can hear the rain there. You hear that thunder bumper there, Dustin?
Yep.
That's actually the same gun that we used in episode 4 that shot Jared in the face.
It's actually
just
the
kept-
same
we
gun
kept-
that O.J. Simpson used.
Yeah, we got it out of the Bronco. We just kept recycling it.
You always gotta say something. Say something. Open your mouth.
Oh,
You're not talking now.
it's not the first
That
time.
was, yeah.
What were we gonna say?
What?
The first time he had something like that in his mouth.
Wait, what'd you say there, Bree?
Oh.
Easy now.
Well, I think you look scared, don't you?
This is a good scene, I
A
think.
little too comfortable with that gun in his mouth.
Really, I like guns in my mouth.
Easy.
Wait a minute.
I think Jill's
Let's get
making a
back to
joke
this.
there, but I think
Oh,
That was a joke.
whatever.
you like whips as well?
She likes spaghetti.
She does.
Yeah.
Ragu sauce. She likes bratwurst too.
I remember when we were shooting this the first time, my ex-boss, idiot that he is,
Hell of a guy.
he was like, that's your problem I have with you as a director. I'm like, you shouldn't have any problem with me as a director. What's the last thing you did? And he's like, just shoot him. Just shoot him. You know, I'm like, shut the fuck up. And he's so scared he pisses himself.
What the?
You know what this sound effects is? This is me, and I dumped a glass of water on the ground
it
with
is.
a
You
microphone
went
in my
back and
garage.
Put a microphone next to you.
I did.
Dustin was
That's
holding.
great.
Dustin was
Dustin's
holding
down
the
there.
microphone.
He's on the other hand, he had a hot dog.
Cheeseburger too. Cheeseburger in paradise at that moment for him.
What's going on?
I fucking hate you, Jack. I swear to God.
And you can see that they set him up. Look at Irving with that cross.
That's what I said.
Look at that, man.
borrowed
He's
that-
all about ghetto.
He borrowed that from me.
Help him be
I
alright.
think he has it through his mind, though. Why don't you pound it in the skull for him?
He's like, more hitting.
"Oh, instead, why don't you pay me the $280?
I remember it here, too. Jared had a problem with this line
I don't.
right here. Something about the guys are hiding behind the Dodge Caravan. You remember that, Dustin? He kept screwing it up for like 10 takes.
Well, I bet your friends cowering over the bushes might be able to
So he
help you.
changed it to the
Why
bushes.
don't you go talk to him? I'll wait. Only $200. Well, I'll call it square.
This is actually still behind J. Cole's, but you really can't tell.
My ex-boyfriend lived in that apartment right there.
Really? As you can see, it's a prop gun anyway, so it's supposed to look fake. So if anybody watching it was saying, boy, that gun looks fake, it's because it was fake. Dante was always good at being blind. You know what I mean?
But her
My
blind.
mom was convinced that he really was blind.
So was my dad.
Hey, sweetie.
Is that Frank Sinatra in the background?
Yeah.
Jim Loke.
See, these two have no chemistry. You hit that right on the head, Jill. It's like, you know, they're not supposed to have any. Yeah.
Pineapple.
Yeah. Like, all you want to do is, like, have
He does
something to
play
eat.
this well.
He has like a pineapple in his refrigerator. Can you just like...
He had, yeah. Now, think about that. Do you actually have a pineapple just hanging out in your refrigerator?
Not usually.
People,
Why don't you just open the top of the can?
because she's going to do the shotgunning thing. This goes all the way back to episode 5
no,
when Jared was
wait a
showing
minute.
her.
What 80s
I'm
movie?
sorry, Sprowls.
did they
Who
do this in?
shotguns Pepsis?
Yeah, what 80s movie did they do?
We don't.
this
We
in?
actually, you know what it was? We were shotgunning beer.
Yeah.
But
can't
when this
do that.
show was originally on the air down at Cal, they said we don't want any beer referenced in
dry
this.
campus.
And I said, you got to be kidding. You run beer commercials during your football
You
games.
didn't answer me. What 80s movie did they do the shot?
Shotgunning?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Thank you, John Cusack.
Everybody was drinking beer in the first episode.
I know, because I said, guys, you got to give me at least one. So in the first episode, we did it, and they said, it was episode 5, they don't want any kind of shotgunning, any kind of alcohol. I said, all right, well, how about Pepsi? Which I thought was retarded, because you're on a college campus. What do you think runs around? A bunch of ministers on a college campus?
That was actually my major, Eric.
Ministry?
Yes.
Good for you.
Ministry of Porn.
This is actually, those are his real table mats, those flowery.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's his. This is his apartment, dude. Now here, now watch. Out of all things, what do you keep in your fridge? Like Oreos, Dustin, or you know,
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers. He keeps.
A pineapple.
That wasn't like a prop or anything we bought. You know, he's like, I'll just use this. You know, it's like, dude, buy him in a can.
There's nothing wrong with having a pineapple.
Oh, come on,
If
Mary.
I had a pineapple right now, I'd eat it.
That proves my point.
Well, I love. It's my
You would
favorite
have
fruit
it.
too. But wouldn't you buy it in a can before you go out and buy a pineapple?
I'd
No.
much rather have a fresh pineapple.
Mary's
than a canned one.
very natural and fresh.
Let's do something spontaneous.
How come you decided to wear a bandana for this one, Bree?
I think
Well, you straddled that chair very well.
I think because I didn't wash my hair that day.
I like your hair with the curls in it there. That's good.
No, honestly, I don't remember why.
So there you find out there might have been some hope for Tom, and it just ain't happening. You're starting to realize that it's he's not the one for you.
He sucks.
I actually had an ex-girlfriend that lived in Tentley a long time ago. Jared, you guys have all this suave music playing.
Stacey Skirpin.
Here comes Stacy Skirpin's big. Stacy is another talented actress.
What's
that's
she doing these days?
She's in L.A. She's touring with a band. She's a lead singer
Really?
out there. Yeah.
Yep.
Now that's what I was
I
told when
thought
I
she
saw
was
her.
dancing.
She was an exotic dancer about a year or two back, and now she's doing some other stuff, music. She actually went out there to go to Steven Spielberg's school. They gave him an honorary degree. I can't remember what university it was. She was enrolling in the same university. I don't know if she's still there or not.
I didn't know she could sing.
Yeah, she is.
If you look at her, she doesn't look like this.
I didn't know Paris Hilton could sing either, but she's got an album coming out.
She does have a lot of talent, that Paris Hilton.
Very, you know, she
Paris
looks.
Hilton sings.
Her best color is green.
80s rock kind of music.
Really?
Really?
That's kind of cool.
Ooh, that means I got to check it out.
No.
I know.
That's my actual phone from my old apartment. We just stole it.
That's actually the phone I have in my house now, I think.
See, here's where you reveal that Jack isn't such an ass after all. He's actually doing her a favor. He's trying
Pretty
to patch
funny
up.
you say that, jackass.
Jackass, yeah. Trying to patch up her and her mom.
Is that Willie Nelson playing?
This is Unanswered Prayers.
He's that's Garth
Garth Brooks. Because the whole storyline is she's
Willie Nelson.
thought her life was falling apart, and it's Unanswered Prayers. Did you ever listen to that song?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a great
Good
song.
song.
You know?
Was just calling to see how you were.
I love those pajamas on, Jess.
Sure you do, Eric. I like how you have Beavis.
That belonged to Chewy, the production manager.
Sideburns?
Sideburns, yeah.
Oh, Miguel.
Gorbachev?
Yeah, McGill is actually supposed to be the one that she got killed in the car accident that she's all shook up about. And we
His name's
revealed that in
Miguel?
episode 8. McGill, yeah.
Is his family Russian?
No, I don't know. I know him through Jared.
Aww.
Very appropriate song for this team.
Wow.
It's good.
I was good
Dante
too.
had hairy arms.
No, that's Jess. She's in a cat outfit.
No, that was Dante's
Wait, that's a
arms.
mouse.
That
We
before.
always made fun of her. We didn't know it was a bunny
No, it
outfit.
looks like a cat. The ears are pointy.
It was just actually Dante's hair on his arms covering her up.
I remember this next scene coming up, and Dustin can probably back me up because he was there. It snowed like 5 feet all of a sudden.
It was supposed to happen in like April.
Yeah. So
There's like 3 feet of snow outside.
it's supposed to be like May, close to graduation, whatever, and all of a sudden the snowstorm came out of nowhere.
It snows in April sometimes.
Well, we wrote it into the script. Didn't we have a line here? It says it's kind of weird.
About some freak snowstorm in April.
Yeah, it's weird how it's snowing here in April. You know, Dante says he has a method whenever he does his blind scene, and I've noticed it too. Just before I yell action, he closes his eyes real tight, and then he forces them open. He tries not to blink ever.
You know, you can be considerably scary when you want to.
I'm thinking about taking my act out to Vegas.
You know, Mark?
I like
I wanted to ask
The
you,
lighting
where
is
did you get the cane from? It looks like something like
a
candy cane or something.
That's a real cane from the American Blind Association.
Oh, my fault.
There were two canes Dante
That wasn't
used.
meant to be funny.
There were 2 canes used on the series, and he had the collapsible one that he pulverized in a fight scene in episode 3, and then we had to use this one from now on. I actually had both canes mounted, and I saved them as props from the show, just for my own keepsake. Dustin, you did a good job on lighting this night. I like the light behind the tree. It looks like a real snowstorm behind that tree. Look at that.
Yeah, I try.
Meanwhile, that shot has nothing. And that's like, dun 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 dun.
What do you want me to do? I mean, I couldn't go rearranging lights because I was just worried about like a snowflake hitting one bulb and.
Remember, she turns around here and she's having a talk with him, and she turns around and she looks up and she sees the moon. So we forgot to shoot the moon this night. I think it's right here. The moon actually is shot like 3 years later in my backyard at my old apartment.
I have a question here, Eric.
Yes, give me your weather knowledge.
If it's snowing like a blizzard out, how the hell are you seeing the moon?
Yep, thanks. Thank you, Joe DiNardo. Thanks for clearing that up for the fans at home.
Well, you know what?
He did, intern with Joe DiNardo, so.
Yes.
Didn't you say he was an idiot?
No.
No, I want a job. I thought he was great.
You kind of look like Don Schwenniker.
Shut up, Jeff.
Schwenniker lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, are you saying I'm fat now?
No, I'm not saying you're fat. I'm just
saying
saying
I'm a big
you have the hair
6'4"
like
guy?
you have the hair like Don Schwenniker.
Well, I can't help that.
That's a good thing.
I know.
Don Schwenniker was voted one of the most attractive news people in Pittsburgh.
So you're saying I'm comparable to that?
I'm saying you're an attractive man. Back to Neon.
Most attractive news.
Jim Loke.
Of course, Jim Loke, if there was real voting, he would vote Jim Loke. You know, he actually has a website, jimloke.com.
Yes. And you call me egotistical. Even
No, I got to give. We got to. Sorry, Jim. We got to give that award to you. I think you have your own website, .com of all things. You know how much it is to get a .com? A .com is a registered business site. He pays a ton of money to have a .com. Now, I remember when I did in Neon's website, it was .net because it was free. You know?
JimLoke.com. Yes, you're welcome, Jim, for the free plug.
I think the first picture he has on that site is Bree.
What?
Second picture he has is actually Dustin with a cheeseburger hanging out his mouth.
I like this scene too because
And
it
the
has.
third is Bree and Mary fighting over a bloody steak. For you that don't use, that's like use. That's like Rocky.
Guys.
I like this scene too because they're having an innocent snowball fight, you know, and they get back together after they've been broken up for, geez, how many episodes? 3 or 4 episodes. And it's funny because they have a big kiss scene here, and I remember a blooper after this. After they had this big kiss scene, Jess rolled over and goes, I'm spent. And Dante kept asking her if he was a good kisser.
Is there any tongue involved?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Dante did it as a joke once. So then we go from this scene to Grant, or Cleve rather, thinking about your offer there, Bobby Thompson. He's all nervous he's going to get kicked out of school. And this is actually stock footage, is what they call stock footage from the first episode. We just never shot Grant sitting in here in this room thinking about
Our
it.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hey, wait a minute.
Kingdom come.
Now wait, Jeff, you're missing. You can hear you talking.
Everyone be quiet then.
The dishes you're hearing in the background would be my father trying to make a barbecue.
Hey, I told you.
And now that's him talking. We're going to give him a mic later. He can talk about all the expense it cost to make this show. And this next scene, of course, this is Bree's old apartment.
Mary, doesn't my voice go through your head very often? Don't you go through that?
Almost every night.
I thought so.
Actually, if you see the girl sitting on the couch there, Kelly, what was her name again, Bree? Kelly Marks. She plays one of
these women from Jerry Springer.
She plays
some of my sorority sisters.
Sorry, Bree.
She plays a student here. She played the judge in your audition, and those colored lights are courtesy of Grant, who had all these colored
Like I
lamps.
said, did you get some of these women from Jerry Springer? Look what Bree's wearing.
She looks like she's come back from the
I can't
dance
wait to
Did you
recital.
find a near
Come to.
pigeon post to tie the mighty horse up
Yes,
to?
I did.
I do like that
Yeah,
cowboy
Bree,
hat.
save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Exactly.
Now this is your actual apartment.
Yes, and my lovely apartment was decorated by my roommate Casey.
I think
It's
you got
actually Christmas time.
yeah, Christmas of 2001 when we shot this.
Yep.
Stacy does this so well.
Yeah, that is one thing
You know
she
what
does
this theme
do.
song is the theme song of what television show right now you're playing?
What?
Theme song of Las Vegas. My
James
favorite
Caan.
my favorite television show on the air. Because I want to go there and
That's a good look.
On a
You look all
casino.
pissed off.
Let's dance.
That's good when you grab Jim. Now, the funny thing is, watch Jim dance. It's so funny watching Jim Loke dance. Here we go, watch. Wait. Where's the one I shot I really thought was funny? It's coming up. Give me a second. There it is.
look at that.
That's like Carlton.
Yeah.
Now, he'll probably say in his defense, he'll say, oh, I was doing that because I was supposed to be a loser character in the
that was
show,
his
you know,
character.
and...
Who's getting molested here?
yeah, that's the first time I really noticed that. Who's getting molested there on the right, Bree?
Sexually assaulted.
Was that
there
plastic
next to
ice or
Bree.
real ice? You know, like
That's real.
girl.
Look at that. Woo! It's a party at Breeze.
Look at Roque dancing.
Wow.
Everybody's drunk at Breeze.
I had to supply the alcohol in order to get everybody to come.
Serious?
Yeah.
I like how you abandoned Tom in the middle of the dance floor, so he decides to dance with nobody.
Look at his dick and his push.
What?
I have to use the little girl's room. Could you get me another drink?
Yeah, sure.
She's good at that.
Funny thing is there's just a wall there. She doesn't even go anywhere.
Yeah, she just walked right into a wall.
What's he looking for? Bratwurst? It's an inside joke because
Yeah.
we've had bratwurst off the set.
That's him, yeah. You guys have some good dialogue here, too.
Nice girl. Nice outfit. What there is of it.
Oh, my imagination.
I loved working with Jared.
I bet you did.
You guys had worked together on other short films before this, hadn't you?
Yeah.
I remember that watching one movie you worked. It was about these aliens, these little blue aliens that came down.
Movie, Lord of the Aliens.
Jeez, that's a little ancient history.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember it attacked you, and you're like, ah!
Cheeky there to get all your drinks for free.
She's smarter than you think.
Now that's your kitchen,
Yes.
and off to the back is the laundry room.
Is that your hat?
Yeah, it's my hat.
You a big
And-
cowboy fan?
You think Stacy's still standing over there by the wall?
Probably.
She's walking into it like a little toy, like bonk, bonk.
Somebody has the door
Is that your hat or Amber McDonald's hat?
Oh.
Oh, it's definitely Bree's hat because the size of her head. Forgive me, Amber. I'm just kidding.
I love you, Amber.
Rats.
I remember Loke wanted to leave so bad.
Probably because of Brie.
They didn't see eye to eye, that's for sure.
Why didn't you see eye to eye? I mean, he's a little taller than you, obviously, but
We just didn't get along.
You know, it's a song playing in the background is Crazy by Patsy Cline.
I thought it was Crazy by Madonna.
Crazy for you.
What movie?
Vision Quest.
Wow, you're good. I wasn't going to think you're going to get it.
I'm good.
Matthew Modine.
I know movies. I know pretty well. I don't know. I don't like Independence as much.
Look, there's my car.
Now, this is kind of neat because this whole dialogue here is all a voiceover.
Thinking about going out with
Like, you guys aren't mic'd.
And do you notice that we're coming down the stairs, but yet
The party's in the basement.
I did notice that.
I like how you delivered that line there. They're probably going to go have sex.
Wait a minute. You used two things I've never heard together.
What?
Low-K and sex? Sorry, Jimmy.
Notice the movie playing
I
on
love you,
TV?
Jim. Just had to get
My
a
favorite
shot
movie of
on
all
you.
time right there. Jaws.
Overrated.
Get out.
I will.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. As soon as you're done, then get out. I love that movie. Of course, this is the scene with Grant, or Cleve and Jack apologize to each other in a guy kind of way. You know, they all had a mistake.
Let me stop it right now.
what was up with Grant's Mountain Dew hat?
Oh, please. You know what? I said the same thing.
That all the time.
I said that to Mary when we did a commentary for 9.
Why's the strap like that?
These two had to deliver. These two were the human bloopers this day. They kept saying funny things and kept laughing and breaking up. Dustin, were you here this day?
I don't remember if I was or not.
Well, this is where it's all straightened out, where the rumor that Cleve raped Cindy, Jack finally decides to say, hey, look, what's this all about? It was a mistake. He says, well, you know, it wasn't my fault. I wanted Cindy to tell you. You know? He delivers it real nice. He's like, well, you know, if I would have told you, you wouldn't have believed me.
Think about it. It's not like you would have believed me.
You ever notice that Ted only has 4 different pieces of clothing in the whole series?
No.
He has like this outfit. He has the one that says,
Yeah,
he has the one that says the boat sank, get over it. And
boat sank. You know.
what was the other one that he always had?
At least you don't have to worry about continuity.
Yeah, that's true. He always wore that black leather jacket.
Yeah, he did.
And I think he had
Kinda
one
like
that
the
said slipper.
Fonz. You know, if I was to say who was the Fonz of a neon, I'm gonna have to go with Teddy Foots.
I don't know. What about JP?
Yeah, I could see JP, but Teddy's got the goatee. You know, he's more
Yeah,
modern.
I guess I see like Cindy and Megan or Jill and Mary as the Tuscadero sisters.
Tuscaderos.
Pinky Tuscadero. We called Mary Pinky Tuscadero because of her hair.
I was Ralph Mouth.
get it.
Dustin was Potsy.
I could be. I guess I'm like Arnold. Or
like Arnold.
Who's the Al? Al's place.
Arnold, yeah.
Arnold was Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi, but what was his name? Al?
You're showing your age now. We're both talking about Happy Days.
Not
What's
so
on
good,
TV?
Al.
Jaws.
What are they? They're watching Jaws.
Yes, they're watching Jaws. Anybody else like to comment on the best movie of all time?
I've never seen it.
I like his nose.
You're too young.
Schroeder.
You like whose nose? What did you just say?
The lead character. Schroeder's nose, like a little like.
Roy Scheider.
Roy Schneider.
Yeah.
It's like a Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons. Sorry.
This is a very funny scene.
Yeah, this crap.
Jared shows some of his comedic wit in this scene.
This
I think
is
he
like
does.
real life.
Well, something's wrong, or else we'd be rounding.
Work? Are you saying Stacy's like a hoe bag, or
No.
what? What do you mean it's real life?
I didn't want to say it. You took the words out of my mouth.
He does a real good job with this.
And actually, Jared was taking something else out of the mouth before.
Hmm.
I don't know what I meant by that.
I don't either.
It's a sexual comment, but
So we're shooting this in the Tentley house, and she delivers all the dialogue. Right? She's very good at this.
also,
She's like, I turned up the heat because I want to sweat. Yeah. Well, they kind of paraphrase.
Because you know what? She told me this 3 nights later, and I wondered where I heard it before.
What?
These same lines. I'm kidding. I don't even know the young
Oh
lady.
wait, this happened to you then.
Hold on. Let me finish.
What is it now?
We got very fortunate from all the locations we could go to because that we could shoot just different things different. And instead, most colleges you think everybody would have a dormitory. You know what I mean? Shoot inside dormitories all the time. And we did because Dustin had one, but everybody had apartments that they could go to.
What if your boyfriend comes home? Huh?
He's not coming in right now.
Yeah, but what if?
He's not coming in right now. He's got mini camp until Sunday.
Shouldn't you be at mini camp then?
Yeah, you should be at minicamp. You're a football player.
Just because you're a starting
In this?
quarterback doesn't mean you can just skip out on mini camp there, Bobby.
I was holding out for more money.
She's all about the danger, and he's like, I'm out of here. And that's because he's in love with Jen.
Whoa, now what's that Scotch? That's $7 vodka.
I kind of like this. The TV show Scrubs inspired me with this next scene right here. When she's like, look at me.
Is that even on the air then, Eric?
Yeah. Take a look. I like how this works.
This music is great.
I think that's perfect.
About what?
About Major League Baseball.
I think it's perfect for that.
Is there a bomb going off?
That'd be a watch. Somebody's watch is going off.
You're, with the...
I like how she matches the couch.
Yeah, me too.
Like, wow. She has like hot leather or a hot leopard skirt on.
Bree, didn't she borrow that from you that time?
No.
I love her back comeback.
No.
No. Thanks, Bree. Why don't you elaborate?
You two should play. You two should play volleyball. It's like you set her up. She's for the spike. He's like, no.
Hey now. Did I see more than I actually wanted to see there?
No.
Can we hit rewind on this?
I wish we could, but
Rewind it yourself.
I really can't say one way or the other.
In fact, no one's quite some time.
Yeah. Anywho.
You know I'm good when I catch that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I missed
that is
it.
definitely it's definitely true.
Actually, the hair, as I mentioned, was
Because
supplied
Jared
by
and I
Steve-
Jared, when
Steve
we shot
Skabor's
this,
sideburns.
when we were watching this that night, Jared and I kept commenting on that. Yeah.
Hell, I was surprised when you even
Typecasting.
Well, I like you.
Mean I'm gay? Where do people get this information?
Look, Brett, I'm laying here giving you the green light. The lights are low, the
Hey,
heat
now.
is on, and I'm starting to sweat. Now, if you're not gay, what's the problem?
You want to see how gay I am?
Yeah.
You want to see how gay?
Show me, Brett.
I love how we're all quiet.
I know I am. I like how he bumps the camera. You're like, that was perfect. That was good timing.
Oh, he didn't do that
So
on
did
purpose?
No, I know he did not do that on purpose. He hit it by accident.
Hey, Mary, I heard this spaghetti was really, really
Oh, it was the worst tasting thing ever.
Jill should know something about that.
Why is that?
She likes to wrestle in spaghetti.
Yeah, I wrestled in that spaghetti actually.
Actually, you know what? This spaghetti, Matt Conrad made it.
Jill, I always said I'd eat anything off your body. Don't slap me.
I remember Mary asked me for seconds on this because it was so good. You know what she said to me?
Was it sloppy seconds, Eric?
First of all, this house is totally barren. Like everything you see in there is totally brought in. Okay, the fridge, everything. She says the least you could have done is microwave this. I'm like, microwave it where? In my imaginary oven? You know, there's not even a stove in the house.
What about Fantasyland?
Fantasyland. Now we're going to build this in a more fantasy. That was a fun day. Well, hey, Mary, maybe you can answer this because we were talking about that before. That shirt that Grant had on, was that leather?
Oh, he did have
That
a
black
really
shirt?
That black shirt was leather.
Is that the Three Stooges? in the
No, I
back?
don't think it was leather. I don't know.
No,
Three
did he have
Stooges.
leather
Something
pants?
strange.
No, I think he had leather pants.
I remember he was a little odd. I remember one time for an award show, he shaved his friggin' head.
Yeah, all leather on.
And he had all leather on. I was like, dude, you belong
You know who
in
that
LA.
statue is of?
Elmer Fudd?
No. Can anybody tell me? He just recently passed away.
Robert
That's a nice outfit.
Robert Everly. That is my favorite outfit on you, Bree. In the whole series. That is a good outfit for you.
Thank you.
Can you believe it? Kelly Marks is actually in another scene?
And so is Kristen Hamill.
Yeah. Hey, look, Dustin.
Hey, hi.
There's your usual cameo. For those of you who haven't listened to all the commentaries, shame on you. Dustin likes to appear in an episode every once in a while. That's his cameo in this one. You're like Alfred Hitchcock, bud.
I can't help it. It's good stuff.
Still awake over there? Is that Kabasi taking effect?
Oh.
We shot this in Noss Hall. This is the same room that Bill Bennett as Dr. Etling and Ted as Jack have class in, ironically.
The best thing is, Eric, do you remember what book I'm reading back there?
No.
It's the dictionary. I think I said
You like to be good with your words there,
Have you
Dustin.
recently seen the new movie Dodgeball?
No, I have not seen Dodgeball.
Ben Stiller was reading the dictionary.
Wow.
The funny part.
Are you saying I'm comparable to Ben Stiller?
No, not at all. More thinking about
More hair in that.
Candy and Great Outdoors, but it's more on that later.
I expect our heads to rotate around and vomit pea soup.
There goes that damn bomb house.
That's a watch.
It's a widget.
You still have that shirt, Bree?
Yes, I do.
You should wear that a lot more. That's a good shirt for you. And you're all happy because you found out that Brett didn't have anything with Tina that night.
Aww.
And you're like, ooh, maybe there still is some hope for
Tina
you two.
and others?
No, she was on Family Ties. Justine Bateman.
Oh, Mallory.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the whole soap.
Why? Because he has a short sleeve shirt on?
No, because he goes in the whole story about a neon is, while they have all these personal problems going on in their own lives that they're all concerned about,
They try to take care of each
they
other.
try to take care of each other.
That's what friends really are for, Eric. And I
That's
think
right,
what
Jeff.
You were trying to hit the point. Because, you know, I'd rather be at home eating a sauerkraut and kibasi, but I was here for you today.
That's right. Because, you know, Mary has the problem going on with the sexual harassment, but she's helping Cleve, who's got the problems with you, Megan. And
And
Brett's
Cleve
helping
helps
out.
You know, Mary's character.
Mhm.
You know,
They help each other.
goes on, and I help out Jill's character.
Yeah, you do.
Getting her screwed.
I like the music here, too. We used the music from Patton for this scene because it's kind of like a
Big fan of
battlefield between these two.
Sylvia Foyle enjoyed Patton.
That she did.
She was as big as Patton.
Bree, were you,
I was in that
were you in that
class.
class?
Or the
with me?
battlefield, I'm not sure which.
Got a hold of that.
He finally gets Felosi. You're off the hook, Mary.
Dr. Slavin's good enough. He just sits down.
Patton. That's a great song for this. I think he just shit his
I think he
pants. I think it's what you call a shart.
Hey, good thing you're wearing brown pants.
He sharted. He meant to fart, but he shit. You know?
Here's an ironic one. You know that, I don't know if it happens to anybody else. Jared.
Did that desk actually hold him?
Yeah. You know what I had to take out when he got up?
Underneath holding up the desk.
When he was kneeling, though,
Yeah.
you could hear his bones knit when he got up. I had to edit that out.
Wow.
Did anybody see Jared's show on MTV?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see the one where, what was it, like a Mythbusters kind of show?
Yeah.
He was in a segment about people dying in their sleep from inhaling their own methane gas.
I didn't see that one. I saw the one.
He was the guy that died from inhaling his own farts in his sleep.
I saw the one where he ran out of the
I'd have been
toilet.
dead years ago then.
He had to fart, and then I saw the one where he was cracking his knuckles.
Did you see the one where he got busted by the police because his dog?
Yeah, I saw that one, and
It's
I
in the
saw the
swimming
one
pool
where he
for the
like
one where he's peeing or something.
farted
Yeah.
himself to death.
He farted himself.
Hey, there's
to death.
Jill Davies.
Cleve, I'm glad I caught you.
Cindy, what are you doing here?
I have to talk to you.
You know, folks, I'm not gonna hold it back this episode. I think probably the best actor on this damn thing, Bobby Thompson.
You don't got a Mountain
Mr.
Dew
Jeff
cap, though.
Sandusky. No, I don't have a Mountain Dew cap. It's someone who has a Mountain Dew cap.
I know about the videotape. I know the whole thing.
Cleveland, the dean will see you now.
I need to go in there with you.
Cindy, what are you talking about?
Just trust me.
Cleve, he's
See
waiting.
the entire show.
Yeah, speaking of which, I remember in
really?
this scene when you came running in, Mary, you twisted your ankle and had to get back out.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
That's my voice, by the way, that calls you guys in.
Mary,
We forgot to shoot
Mary, when you
everybody.
come over tonight, can you wear that little leather
Shirt?
shirt you have on?
And now, guys, it's time for the longest scene ever shot.
Oh my
in
God!
neon.
This was like 6 hours long.
This
and
probably should have been 2
no
hours.
bullshit.
It took about 6-7 hours. I don't remember why.
Could you imagine if you had Dante on this scene?
Oh dear God, he would have threw flip tables.
Hey,
That's
there's
Mark
Dean
Neely.
Martin.
Now, while Mark Neely looks like a dean at a university, he's probably should stick to that because he's certainly not an actor. He, you know, and that's my fault. I asked him to do us a favor. We needed a guy that looked like a dean, and I didn't think that he would have as much trouble as he did, but he really had problems in acting. He couldn't memorize lines. And you gave him his name, by the way, Jeff. Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. You know where I've gotten that from? Not the famous singer, but from Back to
Back to school. You look pissed, Jill.
Yeah, that was my pissed off face.
You have that look now. Is that because Bree's hogging the Nutter Butters?
I was thinking the same thing.
That's because Dustin made my cookie.
You remember how much water I had to drink? You
I
remember
offered to
that?
split that cookie.
I had to drink.
Yeah.
I drank almost the whole thing of water because we did this so many times.
Now, this is interesting thing about this tape. Bobby thinks that he has the upper hand on Cleve because it's going to show him and Jill, Megan, having sex on the news desk.
How Megan here likes to choose to spend her free
And I'll explain later how this all wraps together.
As you can see, I worked
The
on my
sound
tan
effect
between the
was actually
last
taken from a
appearance.
real porn site. I'm sure that Jill, your mother, will be proud when you see this
I
scene.
know. I'm gonna get kicked out of my house.
Make sure you
I'm
show.
I
Sorry.
do play a pretty good son of a
Erik
bitch.
Sprowls' fault.
This ought to be good.
Big high moment drama. Campus television station security camera number 7.
Make sure everything's safe. You know, you never know.
And you're like, who? What's this? You know, this isn't the tape.
How many times did I have to do this coming up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
What, a dozen?
Well, the dean will soon enough. You know, just the other day, Cleve, I taped my phone.
The funny thing is, this scene is shot in the Tally Student Center. The scene prior where they were supposed to be going into the meeting is in Noss Hall. The TV station is in the basement. You know, but it's you don't really ask that kind of stuff when you watch it.
Her being a model student and a captain of cheerleaders.
Here comes
I think this is Mary's favorite scene coming up here.
stunt scene.
And I did do all my own stunts, Jill.
I remember you're like Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford does his own. I remember we had a couple stunt guys that
Jackie
wanted to do
Chan.
this for you. Jackie Chan did volunteer, but you said no.
He's got the brains of, well, a Coke machine.
That was the funniest thing in the world.
Did it like 15 times.
Yeah.
Sit down,
Yeah,
Robert.
you're screwed now,
Sit down,
man. The food services
You sound
guy.
like the guy on the morning TV show. Sit down, Robert.
See how the tape kind of has that fidgety feel there? So you really can't tell. It does look like you.
Mary's
a
all
little bit
happy that
tall.
she's getting one over on me.
It's about time.
I broke the phone, if you remember.
Yeah, a couple times. I'd say that Jill and Grant did, too.
Sir, wait a minute. I can explain this.
How do you have the audacity to show me this smut? You and Megan in the TV studio?
Sir!
Be quiet. And Megan.
He's really upset with us.
He is.
Yeah, you can tell he's furious.
Do you have
Furious.
the audacity to show me this smut?
There's always time to be catty.
We actually started filming this, honestly, like 12 o'clock. We were done like 6 o'clock.
We were done. No, it was later than that because it was dark
Didn't you
outside.
get like 2 parking tickets that day?
Yeah. And you like missed your ride, so I had to take you home?
Yeah. My mom was so excited. Jeff Sandusky was at our house.
Yeah,
You're a big
I have
celebrity.
that way with women.
Now, let me ask you a question
my
here,
mom
Mary.
was a big fan of Jim Loke.
Mary, let me ask you a
Yes,
question.
Erik
Now,
Sprowls.
is this kiss that goes on here? Now, were you? I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but I mean, were you dating Grant at this point?
No, we were not dating.
You were not dating. So was
That
that
wasn't
kiss
easy.
uncomfortable, or did that kind of
No.
launch things?
Of course not.
Look at that look. You give a good look there, like, wow, you're a good kisser.
Remember Josh Fosbrink actually made his way into this scene. There's a picture on the back wall. I was like, listen here, Foz.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that, Mary? That picture looked like Josh Fosbrink.
Yeah, it did look like him a little bit.
No.
It's the one you're sitting next to in the beginning.
Cleve, that's very admirable. But there's bigger
And you really hit your head there, by the way. That wasn't a sound effect.
I was a method actor.
I think you knocked yourself out
Did you
there.
get a lump on your head?
Yes.
Be quiet. I've heard enough of you squealing for one day.
Oh, I hate that.
You're feeling.
Hi, Mom. Why don't you watch something else?
How did I become Puerto Rican overnight?
Yeah, you got a nice tan going
I don't
there.
know Jose Sanchez. How did you?
Hervé Villachez.
Wait, here's the look.
This look when Mary shuts the door.
So ridiculous.
We shot this 36 times because she just couldn't get it right.
And I didn't get it right either.
She needed to look over there like, ha ha, fuck you, and then look at Jeff like, ha ha, see you later.
I thought that was pretty good.
I thought that take was pretty defiant.
Be quiet, both of you. You're both on extremely thin ice.
Your eyes are good there.
Look like Dangerfield.
This was shot, now this follow-up scene was shot a year later?
Yeah.
6
That
months
summer.
later. And this is now this is a different building on campus.
Up yours.
And for those, everybody is tuning in, didn't understand exactly what happened. Mary pulled an old switcheroo because she works at public safety. And, yeah. And so we had to, the tape was actually switched. And what Bobby thought he was going to watch was entirely different of what Mary had in mind.
Oh, gotcha.
Up yours.
Why does he have the shirt on backwards?
Look how long my hair got there.
Shake it, Mary.
Yeah, I couldn't get enough of those shots of Mary. I kept
Who
putting
was
them
the
in.
stripper in this television show? Not to steal anything away from you, Brie.
What?
I thought you had some great stripping scenes,
Oh,
but
hey, thanks.
Definitely.
just want to see if you were awake over there.
I kind of.
Mary, you did pretty
Go,
good
Mary.
at like having the
Go,
go
Mary.
Mary, yeah, go Mary.
It's your birthday.
Exactly.
Well, how did you intercept the package for the dean?
Any mail for the dean has to go through the usual channels first. Which means...
Yeah, see, he's wearing up yours. Now
He's
he's got
really like the soda endorser. Look,
he is.
7-Up on his shirt, Mountain Dew on his hat. I think
7-Up
he's
paid
getting
for
paid.
this, and Mary's shaking it there pretty well.
That's enough.
Mary's got back.
He's like the soda endorser. He's a big advertising client.
Thanks for letting me
And there's the key to it all.
It's all coming together, folks.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say that.
remember we had to shoot this over a couple of days because it eventually got dark.
My final.
We ran out of time. We had to reschedule to shoot it again the following day. This was shot at the Industrial Arts Building on
Can I ask
campus.
you a question? You brought up the relationship fact with them two.
Well, it was kind of
when their first cast.
No. In fact,
So did you know that they had a prior relationship? I mean,
no, they didn't have one. They had a relationship following.
following. Oh.
In fact, the very first day of shooting, and Mary
You
is
said first
pretty
day of
proud of
shit?
it. The very first day of shooting.
Mary's first shit. What?
The very first day of shooting, Mary and Grant, not knowing each other, had to kiss on screen for quite some time too.
And that's how it all.
That's a little difficult, I think, for
How to
everyone.
edit from watching you.
Dustin and I didn't have a problem in our kissing scene.
You wish.
Dustin thought of me as a cheeseburger. Thought of him as a
Cheeseburger. As you can see, it's getting dark there. Not there in that scene, but the next one. Sun's starting to set.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a nice too because it has a nice reflective feel on you two and your relationship. I thought it was kind of cheesy to have everybody pair up in the soap and have a happy ending. So we kind of allude to the fact that you two are going to have a relationship. You know what I mean? So that seems to work out pretty well.
Remember.
And now, right now, just like they're walking off into the sunset, we're going to say goodbye to two people doing the commentary here.
What a perfect ending.
Jeff Sandusky
I'm
and...
sorry, you get to hold on to me for a little bit longer.
Oh, well, good. Well, Jeff...
I am slam, damn, and done.
All right, well,
Thank
Jeff
you so
Sandusky's
much.
going to pardon out of the commentary because it's went on for so long. Thanks for coming by.
Now the real commentary will start.
Oh, now I think Jeff might stay.
That was good.
Everything nice I've ever said about you.
What was that?
There wasn't.
Say, wait a second.
Mary, I love you. I want to admit that.
Well, you know what, guys? The tape's still playing, so we're going to commentate unless you're going to take off.
Good night, everybody.
All right, Jeff is out. All right?
Bye,
Hold on
Jeff.
1 second.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff.
Goodbye, Dante.
You'll be missed.
Okay, and Jeff Sandusky is bowed out,
Peace out, Jeff.
and we go on to the bitter end, as they say. This was a nice reflective scene here because it kind of defines a lot of things. First of all,
He's happy not to be sleeping on that uncomfortable futon anymore.
yeah. Now you really, everybody here, I'm going to give you some secrets now. Yes, this was based on true stories. The people whose names are being called right now as they graduate are the real Neon cast from my college days. If you listen close, there's Jim Stewart, Janet Smolsky, Scott Holland, Greg Costa. Those are the actual Neon people. So yes, there is some truth in that. That would be my name in post-production announcing those names.
Man, I can't wait to graduate.
This was a fun scene to shoot because you guys were like, this was shot not on graduation day. Your close-ups were shot sometime on another day, and the same for Mary as well. Your scenes, there's nobody in that stadium.
No one.
Wait for me, okay?
You did a good job acting here, Mary. We were on a timetable with that as well because I found somebody there by luck that had red hair that crossed, and that would be me handing you the degree. And we kind of cut back and forth. I have to thank our second unit director, I guess you could call it, Fred Ryan. He went down and shot all of these shots of graduation. This was shot graduation of 2003. And somebody had graduated, what do you call it, posthumously. And everybody stood up to clap, and we used that scene. So I think this would be, Bree, you said it was important whenever
I think he
Mary
played
made a
direction
stand.
The stage, but
You did a good job there too, Mary, acting like everyone was there and there was nobody around.
no.
You know? This is interesting because this scene, this cut right here was shot at Hamer Hall. That cut right there with Slavin is shot in the Bio building in the same classroom that you guys would have all your confrontations in. That's your real diploma, isn't it?
No.
That's not your diploma?
No, I didn't even...
Whose diploma is that?
I don't know.
I don't even remember now.
Oh, I think it's mine. I had an extra one, remember?
Oh, maybe.
They gave me an extra cover thing. Because I had two, when I graduated, I had 2 degrees. One was from CCBC and Cal, and they gave me an extra one from Cal.
Cancer. And they just hung up in the auditorium.
I like how that happened, too. She lied, or he lied about it, said, oh, you're dying of cancer, and everybody applauded you. This is another storyline that wraps up. Laura's ex-boyfriend, who we talked about, was killed in a car accident. When you're wondering how, and it was all her fault, actually. She's making amends with that. Almost, letting him know that she's going to go and be dating Mark now. I remember this is a very sad scene, she's all in tears and she's all upset. Now, the funny thing about this scene was Jess said to me when we were shooting, listen, I have a problem. I can't do this with you here because you're too funny. You make me laugh. I said, well, listen, I'm going to walk over my car and get a hamburger. You sit here and try to break down your own. So she's doing this entirely on her own. Well, the first time we did it, it didn't work out. She said, I need you to tell me a really sad story. So I told her a really sad story that I can't tell anybody else because I promised I wouldn't. But she's like, okay, it's working. And I left. So she said this whole scene, okay, totally on her own. We shot this, by the way, on the same day that she shot the other graveside scene from episode 4. Just different clothing. And she wipes all her tears away. And she goes over and she puts the flowers on the tombstone, okay? Now, you're not going to see it, but when she backs up out of this great big tearful thing, she tripped over a shrub or something, fell on her ass. See how the angles changed slightly there? Because in that other angle, when she backed up, she tripped and fell down, and she was all mad, and she's like, Erik, I totally ruined this fucking scene because I was all good and I was crying and now I fell on my ass. And I said, oh, yeah, that's good stuff. We're going to keep that.
Yeah.
So we kept it for the blooper reel. We were fortunate, too, to find a grave that wasn't in the sun. They had some shrubs up around this one. It was just perfect to use. I had to give thanks to, what's the name of the church? I want to say the United Christian Church of California because that's who owns this cemetery for letting us use the property to shoot in. During this particular scene, too, it was a little aggravating. Jess had class, and we actually shot half of it, took her to class, came up and shot the rest. And those roses I kept as a memento of the show. I had those mounted onto wood just to keep as a memento on the show. They're actually duct taped to the tombstone because there was a wind that day. I kept blowing them off. It is kind of a tearful. She's nice. She's pretty good, too. Everybody has good points on this show. I just noticed that if you look, when she bends over to kiss the tombstone, you can see my reflection in her sunglasses. Big camera looking at her.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Like a dork. I think that's a great shot right there, where she's walking away and the flowers are there. I think that's good stuff. I think I shot this. Dustin, you weren't there that day, were you?
I was there.
You were here for this shoot?
I think, yeah.
I couldn't remember who all was here for this particular shoot. But it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I was just walking around reading tombstones. Well, there's nothing for me to do. There's no...
We're making a movie here, Dustin.
There's no lighting. I can't be there while she's crying, so I walked around and read tombstones all day.
Now, this scene is really nice. Let me tell you why. Jared Shaw wanted to write a scene for the show. And a lot of times you see on TV, actors will write or direct episodes, that kind of thing. Jared wanted to write a scene for the show. And if you remember in the trailer, there's a line, and it even made the movie poster. It said, you know how they say college is the best times of your life, and Dante says that, or Mark says that, and then Brett says, yeah, and he says, they're right. Okay? Well, we only shot that for the trailer.
Yeah, we all know that by heart, Erik.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Mary, of course, since she didn't write anything for the show.
Fuck you.
She knows that quite well. So Jared wrote that scene based on that trailer
We'll
clip.
have to settle down and eventually get a job. It seems as if our life is all
You know, so it's pretty easy how they can just sit on senior walk.
I am sorry. I'm going to have to disagree.
You know, they're just sitting there hanging out. And
Well, they're alumni now. You
what's
can
that?
do whatever you want when you're alumni.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to miss it.
You can go pee out the top of Old Main if you want.
I know, sitting on that precious sidewalk, it's like
Yeah.
it's not even important.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Maybe you get a life if that's how they feel.
How could they?
Those bastards.
Well, I know I'll definitely miss it. Yeah, like what?
I think you did a pretty good job writing this. Capturing the right feel for it.
Stories. You making faces at me, not knowing that I do actually know that you are making faces at me. You know, all the little things. Yeah. Of course I'll miss getting wasted with everyone and staying up all night and, you know.
So Jared wrote this?
Yeah, he did the whole scene.
Or taking your car out for a spin every once in a while. But what I really miss is us waking up on a Saturday morning all hungover and trying to make French toast out of hot dog buns.
Oh. You know why? You know, I'm actually watching this.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm getting all engrossed in it. I'm listening to it, watching it, and occasionally you'll hear feedback because no one says anything.
I know, we're all like, really?
Oh, I am. I'm actually sitting here. I haven't seen this for so long, and I'm like, wow. You know, you forget.
You know how they say that college?
There's big quotes coming up. I remember we had also
those conversations we really
I wish we would have had a crowd control this day because a couple of Boy Scout tours came by during this, and they're like, "You guys are shooting a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Who are you shooting it with?" And I go, "Tales from the Crypt." They're like, "Wow, the Crypt Keeper!" Huh?
I was gonna say they were probably too young to know about.
It's still on reruns.
You're old. Who are you talking about?
Yeah. But we kept getting interrupted by, you know, it's a public place. We don't have any crowd control, you know. But, yeah, you can't believe it. You know, it's funny. The center of this campus now looks totally different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually a lot of history here. They made some major renovations to the campus the year after this. Senior Walk isn't even a senior walk now anymore. It's just a sidewalk area.
Yeah.
And actually, the field behind the house that you guys are supposed to have lived in,
Yeah, it's all dorms now.
it's all one great big giant dormitory.
Yeah.
They're right.
They're right. Go ahead. You want to say it?
They're right.
Yeah.
This house is so magical.
It's such a magical house.
I always thought there was something magical about this house.
Say it again. I just want to have a posterity.
I think I like it that way.
I remember when we were watching
No
this.
matter what happened, the house could keep us together.
Well, see that play.
From your character go from badass one scene to like sappy little kid, you know, magical stuff the next scene.
No, you don't understand. She went from sappy man, little kid to badass later on.
Oh, but then she. Oh, that's right.
When exactly does the
There's
badass
really no badass.
can of
She's
whoop
a
ass?
douche.
She's a what? She's a
Call
what?
herself a douche.
You say she's a douche. Oh, I hope somebody's watching this with their parents at home. Of course, you know, we all have potty mouth since this isn't rated.
Oh, yeah.
We put a big disclaimer at the beginning. No, Bree's trying. When we were at the rap party, everybody thought this was the final scene because they thought that was a good way to end it. I said, no, that's not the final scene. What would you think that for? And they're like, oh, because it was a good way to end it. I'm like, no, there still is so much left to say, you know? You don't know what's going on with him and Jen and...
take their house back?
I think it was a good way to end it. Let's just stop it here.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. You can turn it off now, folks. Go out, you know, grab some dinner.